This is the magic which only a woman can create. So
Yeah.
you
And
have lots of capability. Why you are stopping yourself just living in a home and cooking and taking care of your kids? No, it's not you.
hi, how are you?
Yes, I'm doing well. What about you?
I'm doing good too. How was your day? Did you do anything fun today? Anything interesting?
uh, Interesting is now, like, Diwali is around the corner, so we are doing lots of preparation for that.
Oh,
Yes, we are loving also, and decorating our house as well as cleaning. And today, one thing I would like to share that I did, and I'm feeling so blessed. There's a campus near to us, and they started the donation drive, and they
okay.
invited the all society members that whatever you can, like, you can help the poor children with the old stuff, new stuff, either money. Yes, so lots of toys, whatever I have of my kids, so I donated today. So that is something, a different feeling, I would say. So I'm
That's
loving it. Yes.
honestly, that's wonderful. They yeah, in the NGO I work in, they say mere hisi ke khushi. So like that's my little part of happiness. So like my little share of happiness or something. So yeah, I'm really glad that you did that. I think it's so good for the soul when you do that kind of work.
Yes, yes, yes. That's why I told you that it's a different kind of feeling. You
Yeah,
can't express what exactly you felt when you did this job. Yeah.
absolutely. I think it's so wonderful that you did that. And thank you for doing that. That's a service of some sort. So thank you. Thank you so much. All right. So what would you like to talk about today?
So, yeah, I would like to talk about the how to master the storytelling. As we have already connected twice earlier, so a little bit something about myself as well. So there are lots of things in my life which I want to tell people through my YouTube channel, but I want to become a smart storyteller. That
Right.
where I should not over like, sometimes we listen someone's story, we feel that the person is doing overacting, and sometimes when we listen somebody, I think he's not able to convince us. So how to master the art of storytelling?
Well, of course, there's different types of storytelling, right? There's different kinds of storytelling. If you're talking about politics, it's different. If you're talking about a society, community, some certain communities, it's different. If you're talking about fiction, it's different. If you're talking about history, it's different, right? So. Should I talk in general, or are you looking for something
No, no, no,
specific?
I'm not looking for any like book type story. I want to narrate my life story, how to give the example of my story.
Mm-hmm.
What is the main key point I should keep in my mind while I am telling any part of my life?
Okay, well, I think great storytelling is obviously wonderful when it stems from reality, right? If you're sharing your own story,
Yeah,
uh, that's already powerful. That's already
yeah.
powerful, right? But I think good storytelling requires a few things. So what I usually tell my children, like when they're just beginning to start writing, I always say the good hook. That hook is really
Yeah.
important, right? It's like on YouTube, like call it a thumbnail or the video title, right? It needs to be catchy. It needs to hook you onto the video, and you need to know that they'll stay past 10 seconds because you want to share that full story. You want them to know, right? So a good hook is definitely important. Something that is strong, something that hits them and pulls them in, almost like fishing. Like you put that little rod in the string, the worm, and it needs to catch on, and so you can reel them back in with that story, right? So I think that good hook, that good introduction is very important. um,
Mhm.
and overall, I really like it when someone is articulate, someone is articulate, not rambling through the process, which is, I really admire people who are articulate, because I struggle with that. I'm kind of someone who is everywhere all at once, like I want to talk about so much, and so I get confused in the middle, right? So
Mhm.
I really like it when someone can, stick to the story and really progress well. That's another thing I struggle with, which is to go from one passage to the next, not to jump, right?
Yeah.
Um, so that's really important. So that's the basic structure of it, right? And if you're telling your story, like, will it have um, the conclusion of, so this is my story. It was a very, like, let's say if I'm sharing the story of some trauma of some kind, my conclusion might be, either this is what I did legally, this is how I took action, this is how I got justice, or this is how I ended that relationship, and this is how I can help you, that kind of conclusion. Or it can end with your story ending badly, but the video can end well, because you can say, this is how my story went, but your story doesn't have to end badly. Your story can be different, so that's why I'm sharing this story you know
Yeah, this is kind of experience, whatever I am passing to the audience. Maybe they will learn and they can
Yeah,
do better than me.
because a lot of
It
us,
means I think you really want to say that you should aware about what message really you want to pass your audience.
yes,
Conclusion with a clear message. What
absolutely.
I am getting it.
Yeah, I think um that's very, very important to be clear about that, because I think some people, they have a solution, or they might have gotten a solution, but it's still a painful part of their lives, so they're not able to write that conclusion properly, because they're not fully through that trauma mentally.
Yeah.
Perhaps it still feels like there's nothing they can do about it, right? So the only thing you can do is to share that experience and say, hey, the conclusion can be, hey, this is what happened to me, and it doesn't have to be that way for you. So this is me spreading awareness. Or if you did end up doing something about it, like, let's say, changing your life in some way, how did you do that? How can everyone do that? Not just the rich, not just one class, or one community of people, but all communities of people, guide them through it. you know I think it's also important not to be preachy, as in um like godly, like, do this, don't do this.
Oh,
I really hate when videos
don't
do,
give the days.
yeah, like a little
Yeah,
Bhagavad
yeah.
Gita in my hand, or like a Bible or
Mhm.
something. Like, I don't want that.
We are not sent actually. We are
Yes,
not sent. We are literally like whatever you have gone through in your past, and you are sharing really experience or real life
exactly.
experience. So that will definitely affect the people whoever are watching to you. Yeah, I agree with your point. Actually, we
Yeah,
should keep in mind that how people can take the action now.
absolutely.
Now that their choice, that
Yeah,
they want to become remain the same as they are now. Even they can take a bit, because lots of people are going through same. Why I am asking the art of storytelling? Because I know the women are suffering a lot.
yeah, yeah,
As I told you earlier also, I'm also the part of one. Before some years ago, even it's been 12 years of my marriage, but 2 years is initially when I have started my journey after the marriage. There was a, a fairy tale, you can say. I was living life very happily initially 2 years, but when I entered in the new world as a mother, and I had lots of responsibility as a mother, as a wife, as a daughter-in-law. So there are lots of responsibility, and I lost myself. I didn't realize, I forgot to self-care. I stopped loving myself. I
yeah,
was thinking that I'm so ugly and I can't do anything. So it took lots of time, and I was eagerly waiting when people will come, when my family member will come and tell me that I'm so proud of you, you are handling your kids or family, and you are doing a wonderful job. But I never got this kind of compliment, and lots of women are also not getting
Yeah.
appreciation, because once they left their whole life, even their passion, their job, their scare, everything,
Yeah.
they left just because of giving the best to their family,
Yeah.
but they are not getting any appreciation from the people they want.
Yeah.
So that's why I want to tell them my own story, that how did I come back from that moment. When I how I started my journey as a when like what kind of things I did in the past. So they have also the opportunity. Don't live in a guilt, just
Yeah.
try to do, and
Yeah.
you have the option. And like homemakers or mothers can do anything. When
Yeah.
a woman deliver a child, just love yourself, come just give some time for yourself.
Yeah. I think
About it.
that's very true. I think especially homemakers and women who choose to be wives and homemakers and mothers and stuff like that. I find it really sad that people don't recognize that's also a job. It isn't a
Yeah.
big job. Most of the time, there's no appreciation for that job, but they are always doing it 24/7. There's no 9 to 5
Yes.
or anything. It is 24/7. You have to be with the children 24/7. You have to figure out if your in-laws have eaten or not, if everyone has taken their medication or not, if your child has
Yes.
done their homework or not. And I cannot imagine what that is like. And I also think talking to women, I think it's very important when you don't only share your story, but because it's going to be on a platform like YouTube, and there's
Yeah.
comments and there's a community there, this
Yes.
online community, I think that's very important, because I can already see other women sharing their stories in the
Yes.
comments and saying, this is my story, this is what I went
Yeah.
through. And that gives other women like me, who I'm not married, I don't have children, but if I see that video, I will get the confidence that, okay, I can get through anything.
Yes.
Look
Yes.
what they're going through, you know? And I will say, I was going to say something else, I forgot. But yes, I think women struggle with that. And I also think um, a lot of the time, because they're born into homes
Yeah.
where their mothers did the same thing, their great grandmothers did the same thing, their grandmas did the same thing, that they think they don't need appreciation.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of the
Hmm.
women don't even know that they are depressed. They don't know
Yeah.
that they are
They don't.
struggling. They don't even know how to voice it out because they think this is normal. This is how my mother did.
Even they used to puzzle the whole time. They don't have even 5 minutes to think about themselves,
This is
what
called,
exactly they are doing.
this is internalized patriarchy, where we think it
Yeah.
is our job to serve the man, it is our job to serve the child, that there is no space for oneself. And that makes
Yeah.
so much sense, because you can, like, I can remember so many times when I saw my grandmother very frustrated, when I saw my mother very frustrated, or my aunts very frustrated,
Yeah.
because they weren't able to express, like, hey, can you show me some appreciation, I'm doing
Yeah.
so much work, you know.
Correct.
But now I know from their stories that I do deserve appreciation. And that's
Yeah.
how, you know, time goes on and generations can get better, and that is true development, not AI and
Yeah.
robots and flying cars, you know.
No, no,
uh,
no, no.
yeah, definitely. So I'm
And
really
it's
excited.
really important, what I observed from my experience, that when I was able 20, I was the presenter 24 hours for my kids and for my family. So I didn't get any appreciation from them when I have started working. So
Mhm.
I hardly get the time now. This is
Yeah,
night time. My time is not divided. I don't available every time. They have to wait for me.
yeah,
That my children, if they want their favorite breakfast, favorite meal, so they have to wait for Saturday and Sunday, because
Mhm.
I'll not prepare between the Monday to Friday. So that much that yes, now I have respect for them, because they know my mother will do job also, she's working,
Yeah,
you know. And everybody is appreciating also ki, yes, okay, you are doing your job, they are giving me time as well.
yeah,
Earlier they were not thinking about that, how long I'm in home, I'm at home only, even I'm
yeah,
not going out also, even I'm not doing my haircut, even not I'm not going the parlor, even I'm not nothing I'm doing for myself.
yeah.
Like
It's a
when I
really
started taking care of myself, they started loving me more.
yeah, because
Wow,
you
you look so,
yourself are
yes,
happier and you're
yes.
able to take care of them being happier
Yeah, then I
yourself.
got to know that it's very important when we do for ourselves. Self love is serving. I think serving someone is the best job in this world.
Yeah,
But self care is also equally important.
definitely.
When you love yourself, then only you can spread the love for others. If you don't love yourself, so how you can be loved to others? Even
Yeah,
this is just responsibility which you are playing.
yeah.
You are
I think
not completely
yeah,
like,
definitely. I think what you said about self-care is also very important because I think maybe a lot of the women think they don't deserve it because they're constantly told you're not doing enough.
yeah,
Right? They're constantly told, okay, you're a good mother, but you're not a great mother. You're a, great wife, but you're not the best wife.
yes,
All these little, comparisons and always feeling not like feeling like they're not enough. I think it's so important for them to realize it's okay if I'm not enough. I'm enough for myself. It's okay if I'm
yeah,
not enough for you. And another thing I would like to point out is well, two things. One is it's great that we're able to talk about this now because there are a lot of women who will think before getting, I mean, you are luckily in a good environment now and
yeah,
you have
yeah,
become better, but a lot of women are with very abusive men, very
yes.
abusive in-laws. They live with them and they're unable to get out. I think these stories would really help younger girls to not rush into marriage or
Yeah,
uh, get
definitely.
married to bad people just because someone told them to. There is a community out there that will support you. There are people out there who have been through the same and will support your decision. I think that's so important. And I think it's also earlier when you were talking about how like you've given birth to someone that's magic, that's
Yeah,
you're a goddess. That is so true. And I also think it's important to look at it in another way where it's not just magic, it is real human pain. So
yeah.
much pain that they
Why I told you that, because I want to show you the power which the
yeah,
women have.
yeah,
Women have nobody in this world. They
and they
have the
get
man
through
never
it.
can do this. So realize your like power.
Yeah.
You have lots of power. You can do everything. One. So that's the reason.
Even now you're multitasking and you're doing so many things at once. I really, really admire you for this, honestly. Um, I unfortunately I have to end the session because I'm
Yeah, yeah.
starting soon, but I really loved this conversation. I think it's very important that you talk about this.
One more thing, Upasana, I would like to say that next time, whenever we will meet, definitely I'll tell you one story of my life, and then you will like give me a feedback that how
Oh,
I have even narrated the story.
for sure, for sure.
Because whatever the point you have told me, even I admire that. Yes, now I will keep in my mind when I was talking to someone, even I am narrating my story. So definitely I'll tell you in the next session.
Absolutely. Okay, well, I'm very,
Okay.
very excited for that. All right.
Okay. Bye
Bye bye.
bye.
Have a good rest
Take
of your
care.
day.